Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Die Hard Dice. They recently sent me a couple new sets of dice to check out. The first are these Sunshard gold dice. They're shiny and they may look like metal, but they're actually polymer dice, which is nice because most of the time I prefer to use polymer dice than metal dice. And these look epic. They come in a couple other colors, including pink. Now this next set they sent me does more than just look cool. These are Die Hard's re-rolls. They're made from all the plastic bits that are left over from the dice making process. So it keeps plastic out of the landfills, and every set of re-rolls is unique. Not only that, but 50% of the proceeds from every set of re-rolls will be donated to a different charity every quarter. So head to dieharddice.com and get yourself some shiny new math rocks. All right, let's get started with our roll for bread. 3 sub bun. The last couple times I've used these sub buns, people have said it's ciabatta. It's just got squared off corners. It's a much different texture. Next up, let's roll for main. 1 tempeh. First off, let me say that tempeh was at the number 1 spot, not because I dislike it, but because it's an unknown. I've never had tempeh before, nor have I prepared it, so this will be interesting. Tempeh is soy protein and can be used in place of meat in many dishes. The package I bought said to fry in a moderate amount of oil until browned, so that's what I'm doing. Once it was cooked, I did take one piece off and try it by itself. It wasn't too bad. It was kind of nutty. It didn't really have the texture of meat. It was a little crumbly, kind of like if you made a meatloaf out of chickpeas, but taste-wise, I'd have no problem eating it again. Let's roll for our cheese. 6 ricotta salata. You may be familiar with ricotta as the soft cheese commonly used to make lasagna. Ricotta salata is that same cheese compressed into a block and aged. Ricotta is a pretty mild cheese. There's not a ton of flavor there. This aged variety ends up developing a little bit more flavor on its own. It's very salty. It also loses a lot of its moisture in the process. Next up, let's roll for roughage. Double 2s, double apple. You know, I'm not quite sure what variety of apple this is. I think it's a Gala, but I don't remember. Either way though, it should go pretty well with the ricotta as there's not a ton there other than salt. And like I said, the tempeh is kind of nutty, so I think this will work okay. All right, time to add a little spice. 10, that's chopped for wild magic. Well, this won't alter the flavor that much, I don't think, but we're gonna try our own version of the viral chopped sandwich trend. This is not the sandwich I expected to be our first chopped sandwich, but honestly, this might be a boon. I could see this helping the texture overall. Let's hope for a good sauce, because it's probably gonna dominate. All right, and last but not least, it's a D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 14, spicy pear mostarda. Mostarda is a condiment consisting of candied fruit, pickled mustard seeds, and a mustard syrup. Considering what's already on this sandwich, this is a very interesting roll. I can't believe we got the condiment with candied pear at the same time as double apple. We'll do our best to integrate our sauce into our mixture as well as we can. And then it's time to reintroduce our chopped filling to our sandwich bread. There we go. And then we'll do our best to close it up. We still got the hinge, so that's nice. Get our toothpicks in here. And let's go ahead and get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. It's an interesting one for sure. This chopped sandwich is definitely an interesting concept. We'll see how well it lends itself to this combination of flavors. Let's give it a taste. Huh, well, this is definitely interesting. If you told me there were chopped up peanuts in this instead of tempeh, I wouldn't bat an eye. And that goes pretty well with the fruit and the salty mild cheese. Unfortunately, it's just a little bland. Maybe it needed more sauce, I don't know. This could be something with a little tweaking, but for now it's gonna be a 7.1. And I'm gonna call it the Chopped Fruity. Thanks for hanging out today, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you again on Friday.